Many people believe that the decline in attention span is a completely new problem caused by social media and smartphones. However, history shows that humans have been concerned about the state of the mind for thousands of years. Ancient philosophers, scholars, and thinkers always viewed attention control as an essential part of living a good life. They believed that the mind, like the body, needs regular training. Just as the body becomes weak through inactivity, the mind also deteriorates when it is constantly fed with shallow and meaningless content. The real question is not whether brain rot exists, but how we choose to deal with it in today's technology-driven world. More than 2,000 years ago, Plato recognized the power of attention. He believed that the human soul is constantly shaped by whatever it regularly focuses on. When we direct our attention toward truth, knowledge, and meaningful ideas, our ability to think grows stronger and becomes clearer. On the other hand, when the mind is filled only with shallow and short-lived content, our understanding of the world gradually weakens. According to Plato, we do not simply consume information, that information is quietly shaping who we become every single day. The ancient Greeks clearly understood that what a person is exposed to every day gradually shapes their character and way of thinking. That is why the Paideia system of education focused not only on knowledge, but also on the stories, songs, images, and role models that young people encountered. Plato even argued that certain works should be excluded if they promoted harmful values. In his view, content is not merely a form of entertainment, it plays a powerful role in shaping who we become. Do you think social media today is helping or harming the younger generation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Many centuries after Plato, Marcus Aurelius continued to emphasize the importance of controlling one's inner life. In his book Meditations, he wrote that the soul becomes colored by the thoughts it repeatedly holds. Despite facing wars, political pressure, and the immense responsibility of ruling a vast empire, Marcus still made time to observe and guide his own thinking. He understood that whatever occupies the mind, day after day, will eventually shape a person's character, decisions, and overall life. If we want to change our lives, we must first learn how to manage our daily thoughts. Aristotle took this idea even further by arguing that deep reflection is not only useful, but also the highest and most noble activity of human beings. According to him, the ability to think, ask questions, and seek the truth is what sets humans apart from all other creatures. For this reason, a life driven only by short-term stimulation and constant entertainment is unlikely to bring genuine fulfillment. If Aristotle were alive today, he would probably see endless scrolling on a smartphone, not just as a waste of time, but as a sign that we are gradually drifting away from our true intellectual potential. If ancient thinkers viewed attention as a valuable quality that needed to be protected, the modern world has turned it into a resource to be exploited. Today, technology companies compete fiercely for every minute of a user's focus. Every notification, recommended video, autoplay feature, and endless scrolling feed is carefully designed to keep you engaged for as long as possible. Human attention has become an enormously profitable commodity. That means every time you open your phone, countless systems are competing for control of your mind. What makes this especially concerning is that spending hours on social media is not simply a matter of weak willpower. Many platforms are built around psychological principles designed to keep users engaged for as long as possible. Sean Parker, one of the early developers of Facebook, once admitted that the platform was designed to take advantage of dopamine-driven feedback loops through likes, comments, and rewards that appear unpredictably. This is the same principle used in slot machines. When we do not know when the next reward will arrive, we are more likely to keep scrolling and waiting for it. If you found this content helpful, Take a second to like the video and support the channel. Many people believe that the biggest harm of social media is the amount of time it wastes. However, the real problem goes much deeper than that. Constantly consuming short, fast-paced, and highly stimulating content can gradually weaken our ability to focus for extended periods. Over time, we find it harder to read long books, follow complex arguments, and stay patient with questions that require deep thinking. The real concern is not the few hours lost each day, but the gradual erosion of our capacity to think. This is the very ability that ancient thinkers considered the foundation of a meaningful and fulfilling life. One of the most concerning issues today is that many young people are growing up in an environment constantly flooded with digital stimulation. Unlike previous generations that experienced life before the internet and smartphones, they have rarely known a world without screens. From an early age, their brains become accustomed to a non-stop flow of information, rapid attention shifts, and instant entertainment. As a result, the ability to tolerate boredom and stay focused on a single task for an extended period is becoming increasingly difficult. We may be witnessing a change unlike anything humanity has experienced before. History shows that people once spent far more time reading, reflecting, and debating complex ideas. Works such as Summa Theologica by Thomas Aquinas, along with the writings of Erasmus, Thomas More, and Edmund Burke, often stretched across thousands of words and contained highly sophisticated arguments. Readers could not simply skim through them. They had to study them carefully, challenge the ideas, and reflect on them for days, months, or even years. This does not mean that people in the past were more intelligent than we are today. The difference lies in the environment. They lived in a world that encouraged depth, while modern society often rewards speed and short-term attention. Although distraction is not a new problem, earlier generations understood that the ability to focus had to be developed intentionally. In the 5th century, John Cassian described the wandering mind as one of the greatest obstacles to spiritual life. Desert monks, the Benedictine tradition, and many other religious schools created practices designed to help people maintain inner stillness and mental discipline. They devoted time to reading, reflection, prayer, and self-observation. These activities were not meant to escape life, but to strengthen the mind against the temptations and distractions of the outside world. AI did not create the attention crisis we are facing today, but it has arrived at a time when the modern mind has already become deeply dependent on convenience and instant stimulation. Today, AI can write articles, summarize books, explain concepts, and even build arguments on behalf of humans. While this brings many benefits, it also creates a significant risk. We may gradually stop thinking for ourselves. When every question can be answered instantly, our ability to patiently struggle with a problem begins to fade. Do you think AI is making people smarter, or is it making us less willing to think deeply? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Although technology can help us find information faster, the process of thinking for ourselves remains irreplaceable. Aristotle believed that the value of reflection lies not in efficiency, but in the development of the individual. When we ask our own questions, analyze ideas, and form our own conclusions, our minds become sharper and more capable. In contrast, if every answer is handed to us without effort, our ability to think gradually weakens. It is the struggle with an idea, the mistakes we make, and the corrections we learn from that ultimately lead to deeper understanding and intellectual growth. St. Augustine believed that every human being carries a deep longing for meaning and purpose. According to him, when we try to fill that inner emptiness with short-term pleasures, we may feel satisfied for a moment, but soon find ourselves searching for more. This is remarkably similar to the way social media works today. It constantly delivers new stimulation, yet rarely provides a lasting sense of fulfillment. The more dependent we become on continuous entertainment, the more restless, impatient, and unable we are to focus on the things that truly matter. What is remarkable is that earlier civilizations not only recognized the problem of distraction, but also developed effective ways to overcome it. The Stoics regularly kept journals to examine their thoughts and reflect on their actions. Monasteries followed disciplined daily routines that included dedicated time for reading, work, and contemplation. Meanwhile, medieval universities encouraged debate as a way to strengthen logical thinking and sharpen the mind. What all of these practices had in common was the goal of helping people take control of their minds rather than allowing external circumstances to control them. They remind us that focus is not something we naturally possess. It is a skill developed through consistent practice over time. History shows that human beings have always struggled with distraction, but that does not mean we are powerless against it. The solution is not to reject technology or resist every new advancement, but to learn how to use these tools wisely. Read challenging books instead of relying only on summaries. Spend time thinking through a problem before searching for an instant answer. Use AI as a tool to support your thinking rather than allowing it to think for you. In the end, your mind will become the result of what you consistently train it to do each day. If you enjoy content about psychology, history, and personal development, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss our future videos.